Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be a review video on the Anastasia Sultry palette. I am also going to show you 3 different looks and swatches, so let's get into it. First of all, this palette is $45 and this packaging is super glittery. It's kind of a brown rose gold glitter. And I will go ahead and say that this is the type where a few glitters come off, but only a little bit. It's not one that sheds glitter everywhere, but it's not that coated glitter, FYI. I'm sure you've seen the colors. This has been all over social media, and here it is. So this is a beautiful color selection, but when this was shown on Trendmood 1, so many people were commenting that this was really boring and that the world didn't need another neutral palette, basically, which I do have to agree with that. I got this with Ulta points, and honestly, I would not have paid full price, not because it's not a good palette, but because I really did not need another neutral palette. So I did get this with Ulta points, and I probably would not have bought it just because I can't really justify it, having a large palette collection. The first row, there it is. Let me show you the swatches. So there's a cream color called Fresh. Then there's Pearl, which is a champagne kind of pink undertone color. Steampunk is a bronzy gold. Rose Quartz is a rose gold. Ember is a darker bronze. Bloom is a matte coral. Birch is a matte camel brown. Cinder, again, this is another kind of bronzy gold. Twig is a cool toned brown. Teak is another bronzy brown gold. Dystopian is a dark matte brown. Cyborg, this one is really cool. It's a silver with a bit of lavender in it. Slate is a very cool toned gray. And then Noir is a matte black. So, okay, so now I've shown you the swatches, and let me just talk about the quality. This is a fantastic palette. The quality is amazing. The mattes are powdery like usual Anastasia shades, but not extremely so. It's not, you know, subculture level where there's powder everywhere. Really easy to blend. I really like the formula. These shimmers are super pretty, super metallic. I've tried them all and I really didn't think any of them even needed any Fix Plus. So I think it's great, but most of these are neutral shadows. We already have a lot of matte browns and golds and bronze. I do think it's really pretty. Again, I wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't think it was pretty, but the part that's kind of frustrating is that when you put, so Steampunk tends to be more gold, but Ember, Teak, and Cinder, so here, here, and here, when I put them on the eye, they really did not look that different. They're just way too similar to all be in the same palette. So that is a little bit frustrating. And let me just show you, if you already have the Soft Glam palette, which I do, let me just give you a little color comparison here. None of the colors are exactly the same, but again, there is gold. So again, Noir is the same. That's in both palettes. Are definitely pearly pink champagnes in both palettes. The silver is unique to the Sultry, but again, matte warm browns. There's not a gray either in the Soft Glam. It's more warm, but honestly, the shimmers are really not that different overall. It's more of like a slight variation different. So yeah, quality-wise, I do think that both Sultry and Soft Glam are really high quality palettes. I really, really enjoy them, and I think it's good. My complaint is I wish Anastasia would do a little bit more with the color selection. I do get where they're going with this. It's a sultry, smoky palette. It absolutely is. It does fit the name in my opinion, but you could take any neutral palette and smoke it out with a dark brown or a black, and you have a sultry look. So is it really that unique? I don't think it is. Now there is a color in here that I will still get into the looks, but the one I'm wearing on my lid today is the color Bloom right there, which is this matte pinkish red coral. That is a beautiful shade. But I have found a very similar color in this Dream Street palette. They're not exact, but I've actually done this same look with this palette and it looked almost identical. So the color is, what's it called in here? Spark. That color right there. When you put, so let me just show you side by side. You can tell that the Anastasia one is a bit lighter, but when you put them in on the eyes, it's not really all that different. I've used that one quite a bit. Not that unique, but I actually do really like that color in both palettes. It is very pretty. Let me show you the looks that I did. The first look, I used Steampunk right here on the inner half of the lid. This one there on the outer half, what's that one called? Ember. And then I just blended out the crease with Birch and Twig. There it is. And then I've been using Fresh as a brow bone highlight. The next look I did was Cyborg all over the lid. This is a really cool color. I do think this is more unique. I don't really have any silvers in my collection, so that one is very nice. And then I used Slate and Twig and then some Noir in the outer corner. Really, really liked that look. And then today I'm wearing Bloom all over the lid, as you can see. And then I did blend that up into the crease some, and then it's also blended in the crease with Birch. Yeah, and I have tried all the other colors and I think the quality is there. It really is. These are great eyeshadows. The shimmers are super pretty and metallic. The mattes blend super easily. It's not too powdery. I really like it. But again, it's not the most unique color scheme. But I get where they were going with it and I do like it. Otherwise I would not have bought it. But at full price, I could not justify another neutral palette, which is what it is. Sadly, I wish they had just done a little bit more. You know what, I think for the first look, I said I had Steampunk. I think I actually had Rose Quartz now that I think about it, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Bottom line, I think this is a very good palette. The quality is amazing. I wish Anastasia would have done something a little bit more unique and creative. I think it has differences from the Soft Glam palette, but it's not really all that different. I think you could definitely get similar looks. The Soft Glam is just basically a more warm toned version of the Sultry palette. Those are my thoughts on this palette. I do like it. I would recommend it to somebody who loves neutral eyeshadows but doesn't already own a lot. If you already have 10, 15 neutral palettes, you don't need this. If you do really like the Anastasia formula though, and you have been debating getting either Soft Glam or Sultry, I would say if you are a more cool toned eyeshadow person, then do get the Sultry. If you're more into warm tones, then I would say get the Soft Glam. If you're like me, you just get both, even though you didn't need them. But that's okay. I do like them, and this, like I said, I got it with Ulta points, and this I got with 20% off, so I didn't pay full price, so there's that. But anyway, those are my thoughts. I do like these palettes. I am hopeful that Anastasia will release something a little bit more interesting like they did with the Subculture, although sadly that did not go over very well for them, which is maybe why they're sticking to neutral palettes now. I'm not sure. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. Let me know, do you have this palette? Do you have the Soft Glam? What do you think? And thanks for watching.